Hi there, Linda Nenne here from Embodiment for Sensitive People. So I've just launched my new online program, private mentoring and group exploration program, Being You, that is especially designed for us sensitive people so that we can transform our sensitivity from a source of overwhelm to a superpower. And that is exactly what I want to touch upon in this video: sensitivity, overwhelm, and power. And I kind of want to share it from my own journey of exploring my sensitivity. So there was a time when I was asking myself, do I get easily overwhelmed because I am sensitive? Or am I sensitive because I am already in a state of overwhelm? So from my understanding, overwhelm is what we experience when there is just too much information. So that can be any type of sensory information, any type of intake. And if you're a sensitive person, you've probably had this feeling that you're like a sponge, and it's just like you're sucking in the information of the world around you. And this leads to a sense of being overwhelmed and that you want to withdraw from all kinds of, especially artificial information, but it can also be to withdraw from other people, to withdraw from certain sensory input like sounds and lights and so on. And for a very long time in my life, I had to, for example, when I was sleeping, I had to use earplugs. I had to use a face mask that just completely covered my eyes so that no light would enter inside. And I had to have my sheets completely like soft and no wrinkles on them, because all of this, it was like even in my sleep, it felt like my body was sucking in information. So any tiny sound or any light or any wrinkle, everything would wake me up. And I would kind of wake up in a state of already being overwhelmed by information that came in while I was sleeping. And if you're experiencing that at any level, I mean, I feel you. It's not a pleasant place to be. It's uncomfortable, and I know that probably the only thing you want is to just stop everything, put everything on pause, and get a break from taking in information. And so I started kind of exploring sensitivity and reading about what is it and what is causing it. Is it something that I'm born with? Is it something that, am I this sensitive because I'm overwhelmed? Is it trauma? What is the reason for this? And I found a lot of sensitivity coaches and healers and that had the message that sensitivity is not something that we can change, that we can't become less sensitive. It's just something that we have to learn to live with. That being sensitive is not a choice. And this just saddens me so deeply, because being told that you don't have choice, I think, is one of the most disempowering things that a human being can be told. You don't have choice. And of course, I was like, I do not agree with this. I do not want to agree with this. There has to be choice for us sensitive people. And what I started to discover was that, okay, there is not choice in me being sensitive or not being sensitive. There is a very strong sensitive streak in me, but I have choice of where to direct my sensitivity, how to tune my sensitivity, what to be attuned to, how to meet my sensitivity, how to be with it, how to use it. That is something that I have. I have this sensitive streak. It's not something that I am. And this is what started to give me my power back. Because it was like my sensitive streak had completely, it was all that I was. It was just mayhem. And in this exploration, I started to realize, okay, I am constantly tuning my sensitivity outwards. I'm constantly attuned to what is happening around me. And I am very seldom in my body. It was almost like I had my sensitivity wasn't even contained within my body. It was like my sensitivity was like a field outside of my body that was turned outward and constantly searching and looking for more information, because I did not feel safe to be in my own body. Did not feel like a safe place to be. And of course, this is like one of those the chicken and the egg situations. Did my body not feel like a safe place to be because of my sensitivity? Or was my sensitivity always tuned outward because my body did not feel safe? But you know what? It really doesn't matter what came first. Because what matters is, how can I slowly and gently begin to inhabit more of my body, to 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 make my body a safe haven to be in, to live in, so that I can bring my sensitivity closer and closer and closer, until my sensitivity lives inside my body, from where I can begin to use it in a way that's beneficial for me. So I can actually turn it down, I can turn it up, I can tune it gently outwards, I can tune it inwards, I can choose where I direct it, I can use my sensitivity to notice my instincts and my intuition. I can use my sensitivity to notice what is happening in the world around me. But this is the very key difference. I can use it. I have the power to use this gift of sensitivity that I've been given. It's not something that I am being consumed by. So this was like a life-changing moment for me. I have the power to choose. So I want you to really, if you're a sensitive person and you've experienced anything similar or like the things that I'm sharing, you're feeling like that sponge, notice if there is in you maybe a belief that you don't have a choice. If you've, like me, been told that sensitivity is something that we have to learn to live with, rather than something that we can be empowered by and that we can use for ourselves and for our family and the world around us, to create a life where we can thrive. That's a huge difference. And of course, still, because I am a sensitive person, I still get easily overwhelmed by too much information. But the thing is, everyone gets overwhelmed when it's too much information for them. So here comes the, okay, so what is too much information? Can I learn to grow in my capacity to handle the amount of information that I choose to take in? Because I love to be in the world. I love colors, I love sounds, I love light, and I love smells, and I just love sensory impressions, and I love talking to other humans. I'm very curious, but I need to learn how to hold or process the information that I am choosing to take in. And this is, I think, is also where being able to be sensitive to instincts is very, very important. Because when I take in information, I want to be able to, through my biology, metabolize this information. What do I want to keep, and what do I want to just allow to pass through, instead of just taking everything and holding it and thinking I need to hold all of this information. All of this information that is coming to me is my responsibility to do something with, because it's not. It can just, I can take it, oh, this was interesting, and then let it go. I don't know, how does that land in you? The difference between hoarding information and taking it and looking at it, playing with it, being curious about it, and then letting it go. So one part of the learning for me has also been to explore how to not take responsibility for all of this information. So that is to not take responsibility for other people's reactions or other people's emotions or other people's thoughts and ideas and so on and so on. And to not take that responsibility and still feel that it's safe to express myself and that I am welcomed in this world. Because what I noticed was that that I did not feel safe in myself, I did not feel safe in the world. I also felt that somehow it was my responsibility to I took responsibility for what I thought everyone else was feeling and experiencing, for them not to have to experience this feeling of not being supported and safe. And I feel that I can actually be more supportive now when I'm not taking responsibility. I can sense how the dynamic in my relationships, in my close relationships, are changing, because I am much more able to be with the people in my life when I'm not thinking that now they're feeling something uncomfortable and I take it in and I hold it and I think it's my responsibility to somehow solve or fix this discomfort for them. Instead, I can be here, I can sense what you're feeling, and that's okay. So I love to hear your thoughts about this, how this landed. You can leave a comment below if you want to, or send me an email. And like the video if it resonated with you, if you got something interesting from it. You can also subscribe to my channel. I post videos regularly. And the upcoming month, end of July, beginning of August, I will be offering 3 free online classes. One on your inner compass, intuition and instincts, a class on belonging, bonding and boundaries, and a masterclass that's called Your Future Self is Summoning You. So if you want to come to some free classes and explore and move and sense with me. I'll put the links below to sign up, and you can also go and check out my new program, Being You. Okay, that was it. Much love.